New twist as Morara Kebaso now exposing Rigathi Gachagua that Rigathi Gachagua is also resembling William Samoei Ruto based on Ruto's leadership. Without wasting of time, ladies and gentlemen, let's watch this video before I proceed.
Leaders are trooping to Wamunyoro to go and see Rigathi Gachagua. Outside Wamunyoro's house, outside Rigathi Gachagua's house, is a road. The road is called Kwawamboi Karandi Road. It was worth about 1.2 billion shillings. He received a kickback for that road of 15 billion shillings to his bank account.
How do you know this?
Do you know that? Oh, okay. Let me give you the facts. So now, this is it. It's called the 21-kilometer Marua State Lodge, Kwawamboi, Nduduini, Karandi Road. It passes outside his house. Now, the money was deposited to a bank account owned by a company called Skytop Agencies. The director of Skytop Agencies works at a salon owned by the Gachaguas. She's called Miss Maka. She's a hairdresser. She works at a salon owned by the Gachaguas. And this contract was worth 1.5 billion.
Okay.
And 15 million shillings was deposited in his bank account. So if this is the person that you're bringing forward to say that now we have a leader, now we have a future. We always see Rigathi Gachagua taking a walk in the mountain, you know, in mornings, you know.
It's healthy, yeah.
Morning walks. Where he walks, I was there for Vampire Diaries. Just where he usually walks, in Mount Kenya Forest, there is a project called the Sagana River Restoration Project. That project was worth, I think it was about 1 billion shillings. Okay? The Sagana River Restoration Project. It was worth 1.1 billion shillings. This project was given to a company called Baran International and Gachagua's company, which is called Machine Center Limited. Gachagua was paid. The director is Gachagua's PA and CDF manager. It's called Wahome. He was paid 443 million. And the project stalled. And now we are looking at Gachagua as a future. How can he be the future? How can we be jumping from the frying pan
straight into the fire?
To the fire.
Now, kebaso.
You've watched and listened to that video clip, ladies and gentlemen. It is my hope and prayer that this video of today is going to find so well and good health. Personally, I'm fine and grateful for this moment. Thank you so much for those of you who had subscribed to this broadcast. I don't take it for granted. I don't take your support for granted because you are actually making this channel to grow. Remember, we are on a road trip of 10,000 subscribers, and at the end of this month, we're gonna make it, as you made a promise and you did well in the last month. And I wish you all the best in this new month as we begin it, and hoping that all is going to be well. Now, I like that courage. Morara is now distancing himself from the leaders. And I told this gentleman that if he wants to survive in this politics, then he must vie for some position. And I would advise him to go for the MP position. He deserves it. Or for the governor position. He can get, but not for the presidency. But he is exposing even Rigathi Gachagua now, and even filing his removal. Because someone who is exposing you has an evidence, enough evidence to prove to even the court that tarehe fulani, siku fulani, masa fulani, ulikuwa mwizi somewhere. So, in other words, Kebaso is no longer having interest in any of them, be it Rigathi Gachagua, the side of Martha Karua. Mimi niliona hivi, watu wenye wako honest si sana pia, lakini watu wenye wako mwaminifu at least. Tukiangalia mambo ya urais ama wanasiasa sahi ni David Maraga na Okia Mtata. Hao ndio watu unawazamini wanasema ukweli. Na hata sahi huyu Morara Kebaso unaona hapa. Sahi anaweza support hata serikali ya Ruto. After all those expose he have done or he has done in the public. But let's hope that he's not going to do so. So in this video, I'm going to be very much brief why Kebaso is now exposing Rigathi Gachagua and making this shocking twist. Just a day after he had visited Rigathi Gachagua, Mwamunyoro, and even planning to support Rigathi Gachagua based on their own political ambition and dreams. Number one, Kebaso is disappointed after Rigathi Gachagua had joined Fred Matiangi. We came across several photos, Matiangi, Martha Karua, and so on, join one another. They want to secure their position, presidency 2027. So this gentleman is stranded and asking many questions in his brain. How is he going to get his lion's share here? Let me just remain where I am, where I was, because these people might also not defeat William Ruto easily. So, in other words, he has sensed defeat. After sensing defeat, he ought to expose Rigathi Gachagua and say, the same person Kenyans want to elect is the same person who is corrupt, is the same person who is a don't care, and is not having any interest to support any person. So birds of the same feathers flock together. That is what Morara Kebaso is raising alarm to. Kenyans wake up from their slumber, because most of them are dwelling now in Rigathi Gachagua, Matiangi's position. He have even exposed Uhuru Kenyatta, how Uhuru Kenyatta stole billions of money, and again endorsing as Fred Matiangi. So it means that Uhuru Kenyatta will work hand on hand with Fred Matiangi. If he make a one phone call, removed 1 trillion, Matiangi will remove easily. That is what Morara is now confirming to us. In conclusion, for you to understand the politics in this Republic of Kenya, you need to do a deep conversation to yourself. Because this politician ni ngumu sana kuwaelewa. Sisi tunawaelewa. Many political analysts understand them. Because the same Raila Odinga was talking about Ruto ni mbaya ako kwa serikali sahi. Huyu Morara mwenye alikuwa anasema William Ruto, Rigathi Gachagua, this and that, anaweza fanya kazi nao. Na sahi anaongea asha nawa mkono na hawa watu. Tulimuona na Martha Karua, tukamuona na Kalonzo, tukamuona na wengi. So inamaanisha aje? He's just pretending because he's feeling that ground is not favoring him. Youth used to rally behind him. Morara ni mtu mwenye angesimama hata CBD. Hiyo ndio nadhani inamsumbua. Mayouth wangekuwa wamesimama kwake wengi sana kumsikiza. But nowadays is just speaking kwa kiti yenye tunasemanga sina tabu, anazunguka tu kwa hiyo kiti, anasema mambo yake, anatulia. Ana ile energetic. When you talk about corruption, there is no one who is not corrupt in this government. Rigathi is corrupt, Ruto is corrupt, Raila is corrupt, all of them, the governors, the MPs, the MCS. As much as they are trying to work, but majority of them are corrupt. Majority of them are conmen. Majority of them loot public funds. That is the reality. And that is why you see what normally expose them is death. Wanakaa wapi? Karen. Hawezi kaa Ushago. Karen. Most of them wanakaa Karen. Pesa iko. I'm sorry to say that, but we must change as a country. So that is what Morara is coming up with. He's saying Rigathi Gachagua is also a bad person. Ladies and gentlemen, drop your opinion. Bye bye, and I wish you all the best.